So the latest film, La Boda de Valentina, is a kind of a wacky romantic comedy that I think, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit out of line in making this comparison, but to me it's a bit like a traditional romantic comedy because it has that structure combined with a movie like Wedding Crashers, because there's a wacky family element, and there's a significant clash between two different families that happens in this movie, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a movie that's got a lot of heart and a lot of laughs.
What interests you about taking on this role?
Well, first of all, the script was great. The script was really good. Second of all, beyond the script, just being well constructed and the characters kind of jumping off the page at me. It was also really funny. I laughed out loud when I read it, and that's rare. It's not common to have such a visceral experience when I read something.
Mm-hmm. What were some of the challenges you faced taking on this character?
For the most part, it was the job was a joy. I mean, it was an easy job in the sense that the production itself ran extraordinarily smoothly. The people that I worked with were fantastic. Not only were they extremely talented, but they were just great people. And so in that sense, there weren't really any outside challenges. In terms of the character, I think a lot of Jason's challenges were we see them on screen, right? He's immersed in a new culture that he's never been in before. He's seen Valentina in ways that he's never seen her before, and he's having all of this sort of what's the word? All this like outside stimuli, whether it's noises or experiences that he's not used to. He's definitely a fish out of water. And he's having to grapple with that, and he's having to come to terms with both what's going on in his relationship, but also himself in this new environment. And so I think, for me personally, the challenges were really just about making that as truthful as I could. But fortunately, it was my first time in Mexico City. And so, yeah, so a lot of the experiences that the character was having on screen, I was also having. So I was getting to sort of have like this parallel journey with Jason, a much less dramatic version than he was. But yeah, I was getting to discover a lot of things at the same time that I was with Jason. So that made it, I think, made my job probably a bit easier, hopefully.
So you were on General Hospital. Mm-hmm. How do you think being on a soap opera helped you develop as an actor?
Oh man, well, soap operas move really quickly. The pace is like, it's frenetic. I mean, we get one take, maybe two. If there's multiple issues with the shot or with the take, then maybe three. But it moves extremely fast, and so as an actor, because of that, I've had to learn to trust my instincts more, and to make choices very quickly. Because also we often don't get the scripts. Like if I'm shooting an episode, we don't get the scripts very far in advance. It's not like having a film script for a month or even 2 weeks ahead of time. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a matter of a couple days. Mm-hmm. And if for me personally, if I'm shooting back-to-back days and episodes, I can only learn a day at a time. So that means I might have one night after I get home from work. I might have one night to memorize 40 pages of dialogue. So it's a bit of a boot camp, and there's not a lot of time to figure things out or to play with different choices. You just got to bring it, and I'm really grateful for that experience as an actor.